Good morning, guys. Just want to take a second out here and do a little public service announcement. So, guys, I am not against union. I'm a union person. I'm a union guy. If anything, I advocate for a stronger union that's more effective. Okay, when it comes to national and local leadership, we have to understand that there is different roles and responsibilities for officers in local branch and national branch. Okay, my biggest gripe with the union is the disunity amongst not only national leadership and local leadership, but membership. All right, guys. So in order to form a perfect union, the most important thing is the person that the union represents, okay, and the purpose of the union. Okay, the purpose of our union is to protect working conditions and to fight for carrier rights and negotiate fair wages, right? So the United States Postal Service is on one side and the NALC is on the other side, and the person in the middle is the letter carrier. Okay, so the letter carrier is the strength of both of these institutions, and they bargain for the sake of the letter carrier, correct? Right? So when I speak about the differences in what I see happening nationally and locally, we have to understand that the power ultimately falls back to the letter carrier. Okay, at a local union branch meeting, the membership has the power to call a motion, to vote on a motion, and the president has to accept the motion that the membership passes. Okay, on a national level, it's not that simple. At a national level, the national president has basically a certain unlimited amount of power, and he is only checked by the delegates at large. So the delegates are the members that the local branches send to the convention. So the national president can only be checked at the national convention. The local president gets checked every month at a business meeting. Okay, we got to understand that. So how does the letter carrier have power? The letter carrier has power by going to branch meetings. Okay, now these are business meetings where the union discusses the business, the expenses, what goes in, what goes out. However, at these meetings, new business is brought. When new business is brought, new motions can be heard. New motions can be debated on, and they could be put for vote. Okay, and that starts at the local meeting. Whatever the membership agrees on that motion at that meeting now becomes part of business. Okay, it is accepted, and whatever the motion was approved for or denied of happens. Okay, and that's why the carrier is the important part. Okay, so what happens is people don't go to meetings. The people that do go to meetings are the shop stewards and the alternate stewards. Okay, so you have the executive council, you have shop stewards and alternate stewards creating motions, passing motions, fulfilling business. Okay, the thing is, the letter carrier, the people like me and you, we don't go to meetings. So I'm not saying we don't have a right to complain, but you can be you can voice your opinion more by actually voicing your opinion, by using your voice. I get it. We allow shop stewards to represent us, alternate stewards to represent us in matters against management. But when it comes to union issues, you have to go down to the meetings. You have to address your concern. You have to call a motion to change something. And you have to have enough people that support your stance or your argument. And a lot of power comes with letter carriers. If I have 100 letter carriers that feel a certain way about a certain issue, it means absolutely nothing unless me and those 100 letter carriers can go to the next business meeting, say what we got to say, make a motion, and change something. So guys, I know a lot of people are upset right now with national business, and I get it, but ultimately nothing can be changed until the convention in 26 in LA. Okay, and how do you become a delegate? How do you go to LA with your branch? Well, you got to go to at least 12 branch meetings. You have to go to at least with my branch. There are bylaws inside of every branch. You have to be an active member at the meetings for the branch to sponsor you to go to the convention. I mean, anyone can go, but if you want your branch to pick up your expenses, you have to be a active member. Every meeting, you can't miss a meeting, and you might even have to be a steward or alternate steward. Don't quote me on that. But ultimately, guys, the letter carrier that does not advocate for his voice to be heard, I'm not saying they don't have a right to complain, because this is America. You have every right. You're a paying dues member. You have rights associated to you. However, there's a point where it becomes, like a broken record playing over and over again. If you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. There's a saying, move a muscle, change a thought. So to become active means to become a force of change, because ultimately, things are changed with groups of people supporting an issue. Okay, and when they use their voice collectively, they have the power. And that's why the sitter letter carrier has the power, because essentially you do have the power. You have the power locally, and then if you become a delegate, you have the power nationally. Now the issue is, each branch has its own delegates. So when you think about how many branches there are in the country, that's how many delegates. And if there were like 4,000 delegates in Boston, you have to be able to have all the delegates on the same side against national, and that's never going to happen. So yeah, we have our right to offer our opinions on YouTube and say what we got to say, but when it comes down to the real gritty of changing stuff, you got to become active. You got to go to meetings, you got to voice your concern, and you have to have your people behind your back. All right, guys, that's just a little public service announcement, trying to switch it up. I am pro-union. I love everything that has to do with activism and organizing, and that's a huge part of it. Like, if you feel real strong about any certain issue that is affecting you on the local branch level, then you have to organize your fellow carriers, the men and women that you are seeing in your installations every day, the people that you case right next to, the people that you're going to their family barbecues, the people that are inviting you out on Saturday nights, the people that you're going golfing with on Sunday. Forming those relationships and sparking a light inside of those people is how things get changed. Because ultimately, if you're going into a situation where a branch meeting where 60 people are going to vote against you, you already lost. You know what I mean? But now if you go in there and you have people that are leaning towards what you feel, and that's how things get changed. That's how it is in politics. That's how it is in this country. I mean, all I know is this country, and that's what I can speak on. Anyway, guys, until next time, I'll be here, you'll be there. Peace.